welcome to the Rancho Del Arroyo. I gotta make sure my mic isn't too loud for you guys. Welcome to the Rancho Del Arroyo playthrough. So this is the start of this playthrough because we finished Teawara last time. We are down to our last four reserves. We have Rancho, Mississippi, New England, or Revontuli, the New England Mountains. So we're getting close to the end here, and then we'll be able to start a Great One grind and maybe some other stuff. So be on the lookout for those coming here soon. But yeah, it's been a pretty good grind up to this point. I'm not complaining with the stories or anything, but let's just dive on in and get going with our Rancho Del Arroyo playthrough.
Welcome to Rancho Del Arroyo. Your flight was okay? Can I get you? This is Vaquero country. Generations of cowboys have eked out a living here, my family among them. But all that cattle ranching has left its mark. I'd be trading this land's future for a quick buck if I wasn't prepared to face up to that. You've been all over the world, hunted in countless reserves. If anyone knows what this place needs to compete with the best of them, it's you. So, I want you to help us make a change. Become northern Mexico's leading biosphere and hunting reserve. Let me explain. ¿Qué onda, sleepyhead? It's time to get to work. If you want to head out and work off last night's carne asada, do me the honor of officially opening this outpost first, huh? Or feel free to scout out the place. Get the bacanora out of your system. This building, La Casa Grande, or the Big House, is gonna be your base of operations. I know, it's a mess. I took my own stuff, but nobody's volunteered to come pick up the family's things yet. So look all you want, but don't touch. My mom would come over and hit me with her flip-flop if I so much as hinted that someone had been rummaging around. Family, you know? Anyway, settle in. Not a bad place to put your feet up, no? Come back whenever you need a real bed. Now, I know you've mastered some pretty extreme environments, but the desert isn't something you can just stroll into. Why don't you do some scouting from the lookout tower nearby? The first step to surviving out here is knowing where the water is. That'll lead you to the food, and I'm sure you can figure out the rest.
Ah, they changed to where the door is slightly open.
That was my great-grandfather Javier's. I swear that man used to take the damn thing into the bathroom with him. He was a vaquero through and through. That's a soldadera's hat. A woman revolutionary. My sister borrowed it for the centenary celebrations in Mexico City a few years ago. Let no one tell you Mexican women are afraid to do the dirty work. The Underdogs, by Mariano Azuela. It's about the revolution. My bisabuelo Javier used to complain that Azuela had gotten it all wrong. And I should know I was there. But he must have read it cover to cover 20 times. I told her to take those down. This is what I did when the other boys were out playing soccer. Hey, I don't mean to stress you out or anything, but this isn't quite what I meant by scouting the place out. Managed to make a career out of it, at least. U.S. hunters love to glass terrain with binoculars. But if you find yourself in denser cover, tracking's the way to go. Just make sure you keep your bearings. My abuela insisted on the cross. At least we managed to convince her that one was enough.
Oh.
No one's really been in here much since my bisabuelo. That's my great-grandfather, since he died. Well, you're thorough. I'll give you that.
There are.
The Rio Grande turkey has longer legs than its northern cousins, and you better believe it's gonna make the most of them if it hears you. Decoys and callers are your best friends here.
Oh, whoa.
I was obsessed with bobcats as a kid, like wanted one as a pet obsessed. I know better than to think I could catch one now, of course. But a man can dream. Looks captivating, no? Except a lot of the problem with ranches like this one is what you can't see. We've sucked up so much of the groundwater for cattle that areas that used to be wetlands are turning arid year-round. The grasslands are mostly buffalo grass. It's an introduced species that smothers native plants. Likes to catch fire, too. I once saw a saguaro, you know, one of those classic cactus plants, surrounded by buffalo grass, burst into flames. It was one of the kicks in the rear I needed to finally sell off the last of our cattle. Anyway, take the time to explore the ranch in your downtime too. If even half of what I heard growing up is true, there is plenty waiting out there. So, while I'm stuck waiting for someone, they said less than a minute, but out here that means at least 5, or probably more like 20. Anyway, you're here to evaluate the facilities, but there are a few things I need you to take care of first. I'll make it worth your while, of course. First up, the cattle may be gone, but there's still some fencing left. There should be a pair of fencing pliers on the countertop in the hacienda's kitchen. That's them. I'll mark the spot on your hunter mate. Okay, take it section by section. Aye, watch yourself there. The nearest hospital would laugh you out of the building if you told them you needed a tetanus shot for a barbed wire cut just because you weren't wearing gloves.
Yeah, who needs gloves?
And now the posts. You can pile them up in a heap and I'll have someone collect them later. Whew. I'm getting sweaty just watching you. Hey, don't get me wrong. I actually wanted to check this one off the list myself, but I had some matters to attend to in town. It's a big moment for the ranch, tearing down the last of the fencing. The Soto family has raised cattle on this land since Mexico's independence. My mom... now you're making me sentimental. Look, how about a change of pace, huh? I'm stuck here waiting, and you're probably itching to put that trigger finger to good use, so let's have some fun. Things out here aren't all business, you know? You ever hunted pheasant before, no?
Oh.
Well, I'm no expert, but I picked up a couple of pointers from my friends over the border when we introduced these guys, so I can show you the ropes. Head over to the region marked on your hunter mate and we'll get started.
Holy.
Pheasants are shy, so look around for any evidence of them in vegetation cover.
Oh, too high. Other than that, would have been a good shot. We'll see. We shall see. Oh. Nice sizable one too at that. Not too shabby.
I don't know what I think about these parades they've started doing. I'm not a traditionalist, but it's a bit tacky, I guess.
Dia de Muertos. Dia de Muertos or Dia de los Muertos, the Mexican Day of the Dead, celebrated annually on All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. While their origins are disputed, the dominant narrative positions it as a syncretic festival that combines Aztec death rituals with Catholic religious observation. In the traditions of the pre-Hispanic peoples in Mexico, death did not mark the end of life, but another stage of beginning, and the modern-day festival incorporates this belief into ofrendas, colorful home altars, prepared to welcome the dead back to the land of the living. Another symbol of the holiday is the calaveras or skull, which appears in the form of masks of confectionery and traditional short poems called calaveras literarias. In recent years, Halloween-like Day of the Dead parades in which people dress up in costume and roam the streets have become popular in Mexico. Los Dios de Muertos. Shit.
man, the myth. Did you know he invited an American film crew to record his battles? He created his own legend, and now he'll be showing up in corridos until the end of time.
El Cinturón del Norte. Francisco Pancho Villa was a Mexican general and guerrilla active during the Mexican Revolution. A native of the state of Durango, the young Villa was an autodidact who taught himself to read, write, and soon developed a reputation as an affable and a capable soldier during the initial years of the uprising against President Porfirio Diaz. In Chihuahua, he led the irregular division of in the world of contemporary rogues or killers escaped from justice, ignorant ranchers, coarse muleteers, bankrupt crackpots, and failed students and professionals that decisively put down Diaz's federal army. When new President Francisco Madero was assassinated, Villa teamed up with the moderate Venustiano Carranza and radical Emilio Zapata to defeat the newly installed dictator Victoriano Huerta, but their alliance was short-lived. Villa survived the bloodiest years of the revolution but was assassinated in 1923. Villa's legacy is complex, with some regarding him as a folk hero and others as a thuggish bandit who inspired fear and reverence in equal measure. He remains a regular feature of Mexican pop culture.
The antelope jackrabbit was made for shrublands. They can be a bit tricky to spot among the creosote bushes, but they're skittish, so listen for the thumping of their paws. Somewhere around here is a good place to start looking. So, the trick to pheasant hunting is maybe a little counterintuitive. You have to make them flee, or flush them out. They're lousy flyers, but we can use that to our advantage. We just gotta get them to take off first. You know the rest. The right ammo for the job, of course. Then it's pan comido, a piece of cake. And no one likes a cheater, so no shooting them on the ground. Got it?
Thank you guys so much for watching this video as we start our Rancho Del Arroyo playthrough. Slow start compared to some of the other maps, but it's still a good start. I like it so far. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Good times.